Do you want to live rich and retire richer? Do you want to become rich so that you have enough to do what you want to do? Do you want to become rich in order to stop worrying about money? Do you want to become rich so that you can help others? If the answers to all these questions are yes, then you are on the right channel. So guys, welcome to my channel. The channel is Kenobed. On this channel, we talk about, books that I've read, and I share with you the interesting and the salient points for your life and how you can be the best person of yourself. So in this particular video, I'm going to share with you some of the interesting points I've learned from the book called The Automatic Millionaire, which was written by David Back. He's an American writer. Now, in this book, he gives, some of the key and the practical steps that you can follow in order to become an automatic millionaire. So I'll share with you all the interesting points, all the important points from that book, and then we can learn from it to become the automatic millionaires that we all want to be in this journey of life. So let's get into the book and let's understand why the author titled his book The Automatic Millionaire. Now, in the first point, the author states that you and I should be able to pay ourselves first. And he says this is the secret to creating a lasting financial change. And if we really want to become automatic millionaires, what we have to do is that we have to learn how to pay ourselves first. Now, it can be that you can pay yourself maybe 1% of your salary, 2% of your salary, 3% of your salary. All depends on how you want to become rich or how you want to become automatic millionaire in a space of time. So the author talks about the fact that we should forget about budgeting, and then also we should also forget about getting rich quick schemes, and just make the financial commitment that we are going to pay ourselves first. And therefore we decide, do we want to be poor? Do we want to be middle class? Do we want to be rich? This will inform our decision of how much percentage that we are going to, set aside from our salary in order to make this work for us. So it's possible. Once you are a salary worker, once you are receiving monthly income, you can make this automatic. Now I will show you how you can make this automatic. Now, after you have decided to pay yourself first, and then you settled on the percentage of money that you are going to, set aside for this particular cause, what you have to do next is that you have to make it automatic, or you have to automate it. Now, how do you make it automatic? You can, make arrangements with your financial institution or your bank that even before your salary drops into your account, this amount of money should be taken out, maybe into an investment plan that you've arranged with the bank, maybe into a retirement plan that you've made with the bank, so or other investment portfolios that you've created for yourself in the bank. So this money should not even in the first instance drop into your actual account so that it will end up by you spending it. It's not that way. So the fact is that you should make it automatic once you have decided to pay yourself first, and this will also lead you to becoming a financially stable person and also build up to the future that you want for yourself. Now, another important step that the author talks about is the fact that you must automate for a rainy day. Now, what does the author means if he says you should automate for a rainy day? Now, he states that you should be able to build an emergency basket of cash. So the author in this book gives us how we can build an emergency basket of cash, so that when we encounter problems or things that we never thought of in this journey, it means that we've set aside money that we can use to solve these problems. And he talks about the emergency fund, how we can create an emergency fund. He said, first of all, you must decide how much big you want it to be, and after you have decided the amount or how bigger you want it to be, when you deposit it or when you plan to save it at a particular bank, you don't have to touch it. You don't have to touch this emergency money. And the third thing is that you also have to put it in the right place. If it's a bank, if it's a savings account, if it's an investment account, or if it's a place where you are keeping it, so that you do not go for it at any particular point in time. And therefore, this is the only money that is set up for just an emergency purposes. Then you will be able to make sure that you've automated yourself for a raining day such as this. Now, one of the steps that the author talks about in this book is a very interesting point that sometimes we all, come across. And it talks about the fact that you should be able to buy a home and pay it off automatically. It says that nobody gets rich by renting. And, to be able to get yourself in the real financial wealth, you have to own a real estate. And in the fact that each and every one of us should also make it a point to own a home. And also, it shows how we can pay this automatically. Now, the author also advises us that if we want to become automatic millionaires, what we have to do is that we have to commit to automatic tithing. And as a result, like Winston Churchill said, that we make a living by what we earn and we make a life by what we give. So the fact is that you and I should be able to, give part of our salary to charity homes, to organizations that have committed their entire, missions on trying to help the needy and the poor in the society. Now, how do we do that? Now, you can do that by, one, committing to tithing. So for tithing to be effective, you must be consistent with it, and therefore you can maybe set aside the amount of money or the percentage you want it to be taken out of your salary, and therefore you make that constant commitment to that process. You've made this commitment. Now you decide that you make it automatic. Automatic in the sense that you can arrange with these charity organizations or where you want to send your donations to, in order for them to make these deductions automatic. And the third step is that you have to also make a research about the organization or the charity organization that you want to give your funds or your money to, because you have to make sure that they are a well noted institution, and also they have a track record of making sure that any money you are giving to them, they are going to use it for that purpose for which you have given out that money. Now the thing is that you have to also make sure that you are keeping track of your deductible contributions that you are giving to this charity organization. Now the secret is that some of the world's wealthiest people tithe before they became rich. So if you want to become, millionaire, you have to also tithe. You don't have to spend your money alone. Give part of your money to charity, to people, to the needy, to help them come out of their poverty. So we've come to the end of this episode, which is called The Automatic Millionaire, where I brought you all the key points that the author talks about in his book called The Automatic Millionaire. It's very important read. I highly recommend this book for you, that you get it and you read it and you apply it to your financial, life. It's going to help you. Thank you very much for staying with me, and thank you very much for being with the channel King Obed. Continue to subscribe, leave a comment, like, share, and let's continue to build this page together. Thank you very much for being with me.